wee disclaimer here. I am really sorry for the much information that I've put in this build, but it's worth it because this build shreds. I do hope you enjoy.
Hello guys and welcome back to another video with myself, Warframe Leech. Today we are going to go over Inaros Prime, aka the Sand King himself. His first initial kit was really bad. He decided to give him a rework, and oh my god, this rework was amazing. So what I have for you today is probably one of the builds for Inaros that I've been working on streaming for a while. Talking about streaming, first link in the description, guys. By all means, come over and take a look at what I am doing with the builds, warframes, how I put them all together. Also, remember to like and subscribe as well to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now, let's get back to talking about this build. Now, I have decided to go for a DOT build on melee influence and only melee influence. The reason why is I have stacked a lot of multipliers on this weapon, and damn, it really freaking hurts. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to simulate the grenade here. We've got the Aximus units because they're literally that strong, right? So, and let's start attacking. Yep, that's a 3x combo, by the way, right? So let's get them all killed. Let's get the combo up and running, okay? Let's go and simulate this again. Yeah. Okay, so we're on 6 times now. We're going to do the same thing over and over again. We're going to keep simulating it until we get the 12x. Ooh, that's a lot of DOTs. Okay. We're on 7x. Ooh, that's very, very good. We're getting there. We're on 9x now. More on 10. And the instant they died. Okay, right. So we're going to go in and do it again. Yeah, so it went from 400 to 600k. We're now on 12x. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, we're going to get the Panzervolk fighter to barrel. Right, so right here. And we're now hitting the millions and 800k. So, what if I was to add in, say, a bit of armor stripping? Like what Inaros does. Right. Viral. Right. Or 900k, seen the odd mill. So let's do it again. But this time, hopefully, that the Panzer applies viral a lot quicker. There we go. So we're instantly down. Look, we're getting 500k. Let's go and do this again, right? One last time. Yep, there it is, the 1-2 million, right? That is what we have for you today. Now, what I am going to do is, whoops. I'm going to go and take this into a tile set to show you what this can do. It is crazy on what this build can do with 40 Inaros. So, I'll see you in a game. Okay guys, we're here. We are here. And yeah, we're in a void survival. Doesn't really matter where I take this. The DOTs will eventually kill them and do a lot of DOT damage. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go and press 1. We're going to press 3. Suck ourselves off. It's called Scrap Shell, if you didn't know what that is. And now we're just going to pretty much melee attack until we get the combo that we're looking for. Yep, melee influence. Gotta love it. Very powerful. You gotta love melee influence. Like, oh my word, melee influence is just utterly broken. It is so busted, and it's so good. Like, you can see why melee influence is just the meta right now for melees. Yeah, this is the reason why. This is a lot of DOTs. Right? One thing about this build as well, it will scale when you're going to like higher levels because of the much time you're applying the electricity proc. So that's a good thing. So just have to reapply the shock trooper. That's the first ability. I've replaced his first. The second ability is the tornado. Here it is, aka sandstorm. And it'll drop you right in front, right here, and then we just melee. Everything dies. That's a good thing about sandstorm. Second one is the Scarpet Shell. Pretty much you suck yourself off, give yourself status immunity and armor. Nice, gotta love it. And the fourth one is his Scarpet Storm. So he's all about sand, and he fits the theme very, very well. With his old kit, it's shot. It was terrible. I never played Inaros, and whenever they got the new update, oh my god, this is 10 times better. 10 times better. One thing about this fort as well, that you get 3 kavats. So if I pause, right here is little swarm kavats. These are little little Scarpet Swarm kavats. What they do is they apply corrosive, so that's good for me when it comes to corrosive side. Now, if you're wanting to armor strip with his 4 is very slow at spreading, so you constantly have to keep using his 4 to pretty much do a bit of partial armor stripping, but we're not going to be fully armor stripping all the way with this build, so that's a good thing. Okay, so let's do activate shock trooper again. We're on out. Okay, we'll go this way, so that's another good thing. So we're back to the start. Okay, so let's go into Sandstorm to get us playing this way. And everyone will come with us. We're just going to set them all here and just melee attack them all. So now we're getting a lot of shred. This is melee influence. Like, it is so good. I've actually wanted to do a DOT build for a while on a frame, and this happened to be probably one of the best picks in my eyes to do a melee build, because Inaros is a health frame. He is an absolute beast when it comes to tanking. Health tanking, by the way. Yeah. He's the only frame that can health tank up to 1k without struggling. Obviously, Nidus is a different story. Nidus just doesn't die. I've done a bit of video on him as well. He's insane. He health tanks level cap with ease because of his passive. But Inaros can actually health tank up to, believe it or not. Oh, hold on, let me kill this guy. Believe it or not, 1k before he starts to struggle. I've tested this numerous times, and he is really, really good. Also as well in the build, if you want a heavy attack, you can. One thing about this here, you will be doing electricity and heat whenever you're throwing out the blade. So hopefully we get a heavy attack here. Oh, we got turret. Torment, sorry. Yep, torment. Yep. You're gonna die with the DOTs. Love it. Let's play shock trooper again. Let's do a heavy attack. And there you go. 1 million and all we're hitting. All the electricity just spread everywhere. That's the joys of shock trooper. The reason why this is able to work is because that shock trooper is a separate instance of electricity. And the heat, whenever you do a heavy attack on this weapon, it shines out a glaive, like so, and it hits everything in its path. 1.3 mil electricity proc there. Nice, I'll take it. We'll do it again. All the damage. It did not fuck Billy into it. Let's do it again. Oh, didn't go off that time. Went for a heavy attack on the floor. So yeah, guys, this is literally Inaros with his melee build, and I absolutely love it. So I'll see you in the arsenal, in the back room, to show you how I put this build together and why it does so much DOT damage. Guys, I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we are here and we are in the arsenal, in the back room, over in the ability section. So we're going to go over his passive right till his 4, and his passive is literally when Inaros.
Future Warframe Leech here. The way I explained his passive here was absolutely terrible. It's false. It was wrong. His passive is where he entombs himself. He turns into a little sand of himself, and he will go and attack any enemy that is in his line of sight. Obviously, you have to go towards him, and you will literally attack until you literally revive yourself. So literally every time that you attack, you will steal life force from the enemy until he is revived. So again, I apologize for the obviously explaining this passive. So this is the reason why I'm talking over myself. But yeah, guys, enjoy.
That onto his 1. Desecration. Desecration is literally an ability that gives true damage, gives you lifesteal whenever you do an assassination. It opens you up to finishers, as you can see in the actual description. If we go over to his augment, we have his augment that gives you an extra 2 cravats whenever you finish with his first. So open up with his first and you get an extra 2 cravats on top of that. Realistically, you can actually get rid of his 4 to have this on, meaning that you can have an extra layer of more damage, more anything, entirely up to you. I get rid of this one because I don't really need to assassinate or spawn any more cravats. I want to have his Scarpet Storm to make sure that I spread as much corrosive as I possibly can. Now, onto his second. His second is the Sandstorm. What you do is you go into pretty much a sand. You create yourself into a whirlwind, aka tornado. You heal yourself per enemy, meaning if you have 6-7 enemies inside your tornado, you're going to heal to full health. One thing about this here is that you have iframes. Iframes is pretty good when it comes to your Inaros. Inaros, this is literally his survivability tool. Whenever you have an oh shit moment, that you will, and you're like, oh, Sandstorm, I don't want to die, and then you're going to be hitting like 6-7 people, and you're going to go straight to max health again into the augment, and the augment is Elemental Sandstorm. Anything that is equipped on your weapon is 100% chance to inflict status effects based on the damage type on the equipped melee. So the melee weapon, if I want to apply barrel and slash heat, the Elemental Sandstorm will pretty much do that. So this augment makes your melee become a stat stick. So I don't want this because I want to use it as a DOT. Now, on to his third, and that is the Scarpet Shell. The Scarpet Shell pretty much, he activates it, drains his health to give you armor, status immunity, and reduce incoming damage as well. Pretty much he sucks himself off. They give himself armor and prime sure-footed. Just to break it down, you get status immunity, you literally do not take any type of status as well. So that's pretty good. Onto the augment as well. This would be something that I will be looking into because I generally want to make a build around this. The Scarpet Shell augment, literally where Inaros takes lethal damage. This will literally heal you on a brief invulnerability that ends with a deadly slice effect. The cooldown is 30 seconds. This is really, really good. This potentially I would use in a build to take him to level cap, but I don't really know if I want to because there is an arcane and it's called Arcane Escapist that literally gives you 12 seconds of invulnerability for 3 stacks, and you have to do mercy kills on Exilus units to get that. So that's pretty good there, and I might actually make a build around this. Onto the Scarpet Swarm. This is where Inaros literally spoots out storm and does little hand signals. It is literally guaranteed. Here's what it looks like, and as it's shown in the actual description here. So it's guaranteed to proc corrosive status. The damage scaling of Inaros health enemies while viewers in the storm is summoning. Kavats fights alongside Inaros to guide the Scarpets to another enemy. Realistically, what this does is, this is just a priming for corrosive. You want to pretty much stack as much duration as you possibly can on this. The reason why is, the Kavats will literally spread the corrosive for you. Is it the game changer when it comes to armor stripping? No, it's not. It's just there to just do a little bit of tickle damage, and to pretty much prime them for corrosive, do a partial armor strip where your DOTs are going to do a lot more damage. Now, we are now going to move on to the build, and I'm going to show you how I've put this together and why I do so much DOT damage. Guys, I'll see you in there. Okay guys, we are in here, obviously in the arsenal, and we have a camera back on. Hey, okay, let's go. We're going to talk about the actual build itself. First things first, we're going to go and talk about the Archon shards. The reason why the Archon shards are like this, it will make more sense. Now, I will want to clarify, this is not a level cap build. This is a build that where you're going to be doing end game content. I repeat that end game content in Warframe at the present minute in time is ETA and EDA. End game content is not where you go to level cap. That is an endurance run. I am a level cap content person. I love level cap, and level cap is not the end game content. The end game content truly is fashion framing. So I hope that helped for you. Now we're going to go over the Archon shards. This is personal preference for me, as pretty much I can build the Warframe whatever way I want. Obviously, in the last comment that I had of the Inaros, someone didn't really like my build. Okay, well, I'm going to clarify. Inaros is an infested frame. So if you work around his infested style, have all Coda weapons that are infested, I think you get the picture, bro. Okay? So we're going to move on from that. Now, onto the actual Archon shards itself. We have 4 Type Forged blue shards, and every single one of these are increased armor. Yes, they are increased armor, and he be sitting on a whopping armor whenever we go into the build. And the last one is pretty much increase the stacks of corrosive, meaning that we'll do 13. We're not here to fill the armor strip because melee influence will spread so fast, it will literally destroy. Whenever it comes to higher end content, whenever you're going into at least 500 to 1000, 500 is when Inaros will start to see that he will start to decline whenever it comes to keeping up his health. We are going to fix that and counter react that with all of the incoming damage that we're going to be taking. And whenever he gets to 1k, he will now start to struggle when it comes to keeping up with his health management. And this is where we have a second part wherever the health comes into play as well. Now, let's go into the build. The first one that we have right here is just a configuration to show you what we have here. Configuration B, if I'm correct, yes it is, because configuration A is a different build that I will not be showing today because it's not completed. We are in the configuration B, and everyone knows that Inaros needs a lot of health, and damn, this is the aura mod we have for Zeke for the 20% maximum health. Mobilize for the parkour velocity. You can put whatever you want on here. If you want more strength, you go more strength. If you want a better range, you go range. Me personally, the parkour velocity is a nice touch for me. We are using the 3 Umbra mods: the Fiber, Vitality, and Intensify. We're sitting on a whopping 77 strength. We're using the Arcane Balakos, where we're getting more strength, so we have 72, and we're sitting with 77. We do not need to put any more strength on here because we have more than enough. We are using the Shock Trooper. Yes, you've probably figured it out that the helmet that we are using is Shock Trooper, and the Shock Trooper literally coats your weapons in electricity damage for the next 40 seconds. We are sitting at a whopping 62 seconds that you can see, obviously, if my camera was not there. So as you can see, hold on this way, right here, so right below, yep, right here, yep, I'll put a wee thing around it, 62 seconds that we have, and we have 248 extra damage. I want electricity to proc all the time, and Shock Trooper was literally the best in slot for that. Now we have Prime Continuity for the only duration in the build. Prime Full for the max energy. That is nice. Rage for our energy when we take health damage. Yes, this is the only mod that you need when it comes to getting energy. Now, if you do not have range, do not worry. There is another mod that literally does the exact same thing. And if I am correct, it is one of the hunter mods. I need to find it. I should have came prepared for this. I really should have. Hold on. It's definitely here. It's definitely here. It's definitely not. Told you. There you go. So we have Hunter Adrenaline. It does the exact same. So if you want, you can put it in here. As you can see, I technically should be using it because my companion gets an increase of 125% damage on an enemy that's affected by slice. But I go range because range it's there. So 40% of the damage that you take to your health is converted to energy without shields. Ally Overguard emits health. Now, whenever you have Overguard, you will literally not get the energy. When you have raw health, this is it here. This does the exact same, but this is 45%. Realistically, I should be using this because this is a higher percentage. Very stupid. So this is better than a gold mod. Okay, but yes, using Hunter Adrenaline if you do not have range. Rage. This is your only energy income, and it is more than enough. You get mountains of energy back because you're sitting on a whopping 7,245, and you have 1,572 armor. Whenever you have the Scarpet Shell up, you're going to be sitting on 89% to 90% armor. Obviously, the reduced damage to health. Yeah, you're going to be turning into a 90% damage reduction tank. This is what I wanted to do. And to top it all up as well, we have the Scarpet Shell for where we don't get status effects. And we have adaptation on top of that for the more damage type resistance on top of that. Yes, this, if you generally do not want to use adaptation, you don't need to. You can put Rolling Guard in, but personally, in my opinion, I don't know why you would want to use Rolling Guard, because you have Scarpet Shell right here. It's literally, it is Rolling Guard, it is Prime Sure-Footed, it is everything that you need in this ability. It's so good. But yes, this is it here on this adaptation. We're using Arcane Fury for the melee increase, and obviously Arcane Bellicose for more strength with max health, and Inaros fits that perfect. Onto the weapons, and the weapons of choice is the Daiku Prime. Realistically, this is all you need. Hunter Munitions, Hunter Track for the, obviously the companion doing damage on the enemies affected by slice, meaning that the companion will obviously get a huge damage increase. We are using both Alga mods, so we're using the Daiku target acquired. The only thing that we need to worry about is the lifesteal on the Kanas, and we are going to be using a Nakana sword. Make sure you have primary dexterity, because obviously we want to have as much duration as possible. This is the build here, literally nothing special to it. Onto the weapon, I literally choose the Coda Catabotanist. Realistically, use whatever secondary weapon that you feel comfortable with. Make sure that you have secondary dexterity on top of that as well. That is another 7.5 duration on top of that. Onto the melee, and this is why we're going to talk about the melee and why we have went for the Scion, the Nakana style weapon. And this is the exact build that we have. Now, Smite mod is mandatory to this build, because we want to go as high as a multiplier on the DOTs as possible. We want mountains, and I mean mountains of multiplier. Obviously, if I had the primed version of the Orkin, I would put it in. You have your Prime Smite, your Prime Murmur, and your Prime Ganir. This is the build if you want to take on Ganir. This is the build if you want to take on Infested. This is the build that you want to take on Murmur. Unfortunately, you will have to do this, because this is the build, and it does a lot of DOT damage, and it literally double dips as well. Now, let's talk about the build and how we've put this all together. But first things first, let's talk about electricity. Electricity is a DOT. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the electricity on the Wikipedia, and we're going to explain it there, because me explaining it here makes absolutely zero goddamn sense. So I'll see you in there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're in the Wikipedia. To explain what electricity does is, yeah. I'm going to break it down for you really quickly. Now, as you can see here, the electricity damage proc per tick is done by a lot of multipliers, and the multipliers that we have right here is that the first one is the modded base damage. That is a 0.5x, with electricity is a 1 electricity damage, with a faction is a 1 faction damage with a status damage bonus additive multiplier, meaning that is rifle elements or melee elements, whatever it may be. This is the proper breakdown over here, meaning that you will be getting a 808,000 DOT tick. How does this all work, and why you want to build as much multipliers on the electricity tick as possible? I went and tried to go for a really high electricity, and the only way that I can get high electricity is through Stormtrooper, where you just build a lot of strength and you will get a crap ton of electricity damage right there. All of the multipliers that we have is Serration, Stormtrooper, a Bane of Cornier, and Rifle Elements. This is all multiplying everything together. So your electricity tick is based off your instance of damage. If you were to critical hit on an enemy body parts, it will stack and you will get a bigger tick as well on that. As you see, I hit a 1.7 mil and I got a 1.3 damage tick with 1 electricity proc, because that was obviously the instance of the heavy attack, and a heavy attack on a melee, you get more damage on top of that. So this is one of the reasons why I tried to go for more damage on the electricity and have a lot of base damage increase as well. Having the Bane on top of that with a rifle elementalist or melee elementalist will literally add a lot of multipliers. So we have the 4 multipliers that we're looking for in on here, and that is what we're going to be doing on this build. So let's get back to the build, and I will literally show you the build. I'll see you there. Okay guys, we are back in the build, and this is what I've put together. So the 4 things that we need to concentrate on is the Bane, the rifle elements, the pressure point, and obviously last but not least is Shock Trooper or the electricity damage and melee influence to make this build perfectly work well. We are using the Blind Justice. If you have any other mod, use it whatever way you want, because we're not here to proc insane amount of DOTs. Insane amount of slash procs. We are here to proc as much electricity as we can. Discipline Might is here if you want to do a 10k heavy attack. This will work, and the reason why this works is because of Stormtrooper, because Stormtrooper does not mix with your elements on your weapon, and its unique trait, when you heavy attack, it launches a shockwave dealing heat damage in a straight line. If this heat procs with melee influence, damn, yeah, you're going to see a lot of damage ticks and a lot of damage everywhere when it comes to the heat on this weapon. It is so good. I do have another build for this as well, and it's just specified around heavy attacking, and obviously with the melee influence and the blast build. Obviously everyone knows that there. It's crazy. It is really good, but we're going to talk about this one today. We have Blood Rush for the critical chance. Obviously we want to have the juicy crit tiers. The more crit tiers that we get, the better it's going to be for our electric tick. Weeping Wounds, because we want to apply as much statuses as we can, aka electricity. We want to apply as much electricity as we can. If we get 10 electricity procs in literally a space of 2 seconds, that's going to probably be like 1,000,000 damage tick, or maybe more. It's crazy. Galvanized Steel for the obviously critical chance, and if we do decide to heavy attack, that we will get in an extra 2 times, so that's 220%. We have a critical damage multiplier on top of this as well, so meaning the crit damage for every 4 that we kill, we'll get a 30% times 4 for 20 seconds. Pretty good. We have the attack speed. You do not need to use this if you do not want to. I use the Gladiator Vice because it is a nice melee chance for the combo on top of that, and that is going to be 12x. So that's really, really good for me. I'll take that. If you do not want to use that, by all means, go in up here, type in attack speed, and go Berserker Fury. Berserker Fury obviously would be a lot better. We are not going to be using Magnetic Might because we generally do not want it. We want to have as much electricity as possible because Magnetic Might, or Magnetic, is not going to proc as often as I want it to. Now, onto another part of the build before we get into the companion, and that is your arc gun. Yes, your arc gun. Arc guns actually got a juicy upgrade, and all we need to do is come into your arc gun and apply secondary and primary dexterity again. Now, if you do that, and if we go back to our melee, we're going to be sitting on a whopping 35% duration. So that makes, if I'm correct, Nanyuman. Is it Nanyuman or is it? Yep. Sorry, yep. Nanyuman. A completely not useless skill because it's literally built around duration and decay. Yeah. 35 seconds is more than enough to keep your combo up, and damn, 35 seconds is huge. Obviously, the skill is Matarai for the more strength and the casting speed if you decide to use it. Onto the companion, and the companion is the one and only the Panzerfaustbefehle, because the Panzerfaustbefehle is going to be spreading as much viral as possible for us because this is what we need in the build. I would 100% love to go the Come At Me Bro because that is my favorite companion, but unfortunately the Panzerfaustbefehle outperforms the Come At Me Bro for once. So we're going to look at the build. This is the build that we have right here. We are using furious little things. We have the Hunter Command. The Hunter Command is here for a reason because we will be proccing Slash whenever we're doing our normal attacks. Whenever we do a heavy attack, we will be proccing an element. This is what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be talking about why I choose the Siam and not the Nakana Prime. I will show that at the end of this. Now, we have Barrel Quills. Make sure this is 1 Hunter Command. Make sure this is 2 because you want the companion to attack, and it would be a lot better. If you want to make this to go even better, to where you want to cascade, take off this because this makes it to where your companion never dies. If we have this, put on continuous spawn and swap it here. Obviously, I need to format. I need to format my companion yet again, but this is the reason why it's here because it's 3. If you decide that you want to go that route, by all means you can. Make sure that you format, and you will be getting the exact amount that you need. I'd probably be another 2 format for this to actually work, unfortunately. We have mid pet for the companion regeneration. Obviously, we need some type of regeneration for the cat as well. And the recovery time is 45. We're using Prime Calculator because it is a melee build. So, Prime Calculator, you have to put it on. Tenacious Bone for the crits that we will have, if I'm correct. If not, I just need to put a critical mod on. I don't think I have, but I'll take a look at that once we get in. We have the fetch. Pretty much all this. Make sure that we have the Fails Hunter Command. We want Fishy Spawn for the armor strip because the cat will be armor stripping at 9 meters. This is one of the reasons why we want Hunter Command first, to the armor strip as well. We have Link Fatality for the huge health increase at a whopping 9,735. We are Inaros. We're going to give this freaking companion a lot of health. Realistically, you can turn this cat into a tank. And have it like where it has like about 2,000 armor because it's crazy. It will go to pretty much reduced damage health, like the reduced damage of 90%. That's the cap on a Kavat. Yeah, you and the Kavat are going to be turning into health tanks. It's pretty decent. Onto the Panzer Claws, and we're sitting on a whopping 119% crit chance, so that's pretty good for me. I will take that. We have Bite, Radiant Claws, Burning Claws. You can switch between the Poison Claws or the Burning Claws. Shocking Claws is pointless because you're going to be giving your cat electricity damage anyway. Pretty much no point. We are using Hunter Synergy to make sure that we have 30% of the weapon on the critical chance. Also, on top of that, with the 25% companion damage. Yeah, 125% when your companion is when you proc a slice proc on the enemy. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We have sweep that we obviously hit an additional 4 enemies within the within that area, and obviously the attack range is increased by 2, and Frost Claw. Now, again, if you do want to take this Panzer Vogtbefehl to where you want to cascade and continue spawn, you can. You will be proccing electricity and heat on the claws, so this is pretty good. You literally need to take off this, form this, and you will be ready to go. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. I'm happy the way it is right now, so I don't need to do anything. Now, we're going to go back into the weapons, and we're going to talk about why I have not chosen the Nakana Prime over the Scion, and this is the reason why. The weighting on the Slice Puncher and impact is very, very low. If I was to put on an electricity mod, so that's a being. So if I was to put on electricity mod right here, the weighting on the electricity overpowers the Slice, impact, and puncher. This is what we want. Now, the weighting on the Nakana, if we go and get the Nakana Prime right here, let's go say right here, let's take this all apart. We'll go back out and we'll go back in. The Nakana Prime, the weighting on it is Slice is 25%. The weighting is way too much. We're going to be proccing Slice way too much. Yes, Nakana Prime is a Slice based weapon. That's understandable. We want an element weapon. And the other one, the best in slot for that is the Scion for its unique trait and what it does. And that is heat damage when you heavy attack. And you can obviously have the melee influence on that as well. Can I not find Shocking Touch? And as you see right here, when if I put electricity on, they're both the exact same weighting, 13.3%. If I was to add base damage on top of this, right, same. The only way that I can get around this is by putting more electricity mods on. So focus energy, and now this overpowers the Slash. But the problem is I'm giving up 2 mod slots for this to work. Obviously Shock Trooper obviously was the winner here. I want to have as much elemental damage as possible, so this is one of the reasons why we went for Scion. On the Scion, whenever you have attack, throws a glaive out that does, well, a shockwave that does a lot of damage in a straight line, and this is one of the reasons why we went for this. So yes, I hope that literally clarified everything and made things a lot easier as well, because if we go over the weightings, we're sitting at a whopping 13%. If I was to go on and apply Shock Trooper, the Shock Trooper literally outperforms all of this, and this is one of the reasons why we have Weeping Wounds. Weeping Wounds, if we go over 100%, it has a chance to proc multiple status, and this is one of the reasons why we have the Hunter set on as well, so that compounding can do more damage. But yes guys, this is going to be the end of the Inaros build and the build that I have for him. This is the DOT build on Inaros, and I absolutely love it. I am terribly sorry that this is a long video, but I had to pretty much share everything about Inaros. I absolutely love this guy now that he's got a nice rework. But guys, if you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to keep up to date and when I do go live, by all means come and join the Discord, come and join the community, and by all means come and join the clan. I am the founding member of the Austral Fort Guardians. We are also in alliance with the another clan called the Collective. The clan is called Collective of Shadows, and we are in an alliance called the Shadow Army. Alliance called the Shadow Army. What a nice guy! I absolutely love playing with this guy. And if you do want to see this all live, me testing everything, me enjoying the game, me doing live recordings, come and drop by the Twitch and the TikTok. Guys, I'll see you on another one. Peace.